this is like an introduction to Newton's laws, okay? You are going to have some assignments to complete. So I'm going to give you the checklist with the assignments, and we're going to go over it, all right? So take one and write your name on it so you don't lose it.
You used my idea.
I used your idea? Oh, yes, I did. I thought that was awesome. So the first thing, I wrote the quote on the board I wrote the quote on the study guide for you, Francesca.
Thanks.
That way you can keep it and ask someone who said that later. Your random factoids.
Factoid.
Nico, can you hand this to MJ?
Sure.
Are these extras of something? Thank you. Okay. So, individual work, it's divided into individual and group work. Let's look at the individual first. Participate in the whole group lesson. Everyone can give themselves a check mark. Yay! You already did one thing on the checklist. Your guided notes, if you haven't had a chance to finish them, and you need to either look at the lesson cards or you want to consult the book, they're really not going to be checked in until Friday. And they're out of 20 points, and the control is in the control book. Then read Chapter 3, pages 43 to 61 in your science book. You can give yourself a check mark once you're done reading it. Everyone's going to do vocabulary set 1 to 4. It's 20 vocabulary words, and the control is in the book already. Okay? It's due Friday. Now, the optional extra challenge that you can do here, if you want to, is an etymology poster for one of the words. All right? An etymology poster should include the following: the definition of the word, the part of speech, an original sentence that you wrote, the root word that it comes from, and if it has any prefixes or suffixes, another word with the same root, and the language that it came from. And you put it on a poster. It doesn't have to be a whole poster. Yeah, the vocabulary in the vocabulary book. That's why this is optional. This is like above and beyond just your regular vocabulary. And this is extra credit. That's from, oh my goodness, that's from those shoes. They were exerting a force on my leg, apparently. Okay, so, and you can be creative, decorate it, make it pretty. And that's if you feel like you would like extra work, like an extra challenge, or if you think you need extra points. All right? Now, pages 63 to 64 are the concept review and the problems. Instead of having you do both, I'm letting you pick to do either concept review or problems. The trade-off is there's more problems in the concept review. But the problems are a little bit more difficult. All right? So the problems are worth 2 points each. The concept review, it turns out to be worth only 1 point each question. If you want to do both, again, and get the extra points, by all means, be my guest. Now, the group work, and the due dates are all there. The group work is that each of you has been put into a group. I'll pass this around so you can write down the names of your group members on your study guide somewhere. All right? The groups are divided by the first law of gravity, or the first law of motion, the second law of motion, and the third law of motion, and then free fall. Free fall has to do with acceleration due to gravity. What you're going to do is, the first thing is you're going to make, with your group, a poster or a pamphlet about your law or concept. You're going to explain it, you're going to draw a picture, and you're going to create an original example. Okay? After that, you're going to do a lab. Each group has a lab to work on. And you have a list of materials you need to collect for this lab. All right? When you you're going to complete the lab with your group, and then that's a Wednesday on the 19th of February. That's the day before I come back. I'm going to look at your labs, and on the 21st, which is that Friday, we're going to set up a fair where each group is going to set up their lab experiment and get enough materials to have the rest of the class do it. So you're going to circle around to the different stations, and they're going to lead you through the experiment that they did by themselves. Yes, they already informed me. So when this goes around, you need to write the names of your group members, what law you're doing, and And that's it, and what you need. But this is gonna stay with the controls. I'm gonna put it in front of the controls for this chapter. So and you can also get the list of what you need from the lab itself. Alright, so I'm gonna pass this around. And I'm gonna leave this with Miss Jolani while I'm gone, and she can give you the lab once you've done your poster. Because there's no point for you to do the lab unless you can explain the concept. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I believe that is everything that you need for this project, this Newton's Laws project. Anyone have questions right now about the work that you need to do? All right. So, I'm done. Thank you for your time. Do we need to leave the cards out?
Yes.
You want them out? Alrighty, thank you guys. You can go start